Okay, today I'm sitting with my grandma, Linda, and she's going to teach me how to bake a buttermilk pie. Buttermilk pie, and we're going to have a conversation. Okay, so let's get started.
2 cups of flour. And in the 2 cups of flour, we're going to put a teaspoon of Martin salt.
Perfect.
And in this mixture, I'm going to take, I have a cup of Crisco shortened, already measured out right here.
Beautiful.
Put it in here, and we're going to start mixing the pie crust. And you have to work it in there until you get it just a small little ball, little beads, and the pie crust will be perfect in every way. But it takes lots of time. You have to be patient with it. Mix it very carefully.
Grandma, when did you learn to bake?
I had a friend, a boy
Of course.
that I was dating at that time, and
How
I
old were
asked
you?
him. I was 18 years old,
Okay.
and I asked him what kind of pie he liked,
Uh-huh.
and he said he likes chocolate pie. So I said, "Well, I'm going to bake you a chocolate pie." So I get home and I start talking to my mother because I've never baked a
Uh-huh.
chocolate pie before. So mother said, "Well, you just watch me, and I'll show you how to make a chocolate pie, starting with a fresh made pie crust from scratch."
Uh-huh.
So we made lots of pies that day.
I bet.
Okay, lots of pie crust.
Yeah.
And I have never forgotten how to make it.
Wow. That's incredible. I forget a recipe the second I read it.
So it's not really a recipe that I follow. It's
Yeah.
a order that my mother showed me many years ago, and I'm now 80 years old.
I know. I feel like you've been making
So I've been
pies.
making lots of pies.
Yeah, since we were little.
And you see the little beads in there?
Yes.
That's where the shortening has mixed with the flour to make it work right. So we're gonna add some cold water here to it. Make a little hole here. Stir some cold water in here till we get it
How much
mixed up.
water do you add? Or
I have a cup here, and sometimes it takes all of it. Sometimes it takes a little less. So I've only put a half a cup in there now. So we're gonna see how far it goes now.
so do you still bake a lot? And
Oh, I bake a lot. Yeah,
what
I
does it
do.
like mean to you? Like the
It,
hobby?
it means a lot to me because I can reflect back on my mother, watching my mother make pie crust,
Uh-huh.
and teaching me how to make pie crust, knowing that I will never forget how to make it. And my husband now loves me to make pies.
Yes. He
Or
loves a
cakes,
sweet treat.
and I cook a lot. I'm gonna add
Mhm.
just a little bit more water because I need a little more flexibility. Mother had a big round table,
Uh-huh.
and we were making the pie crust on a big round table. And we had lots of flour all over the table at that
Yes.
time that day.
Yes, I bet. Do you think like these hobbies, like, because obviously now you're retired and stuff, do you think like this is um your favorite hobby? And like as you get older, what does it mean to you in terms of like keeping you busy?
Well, I think it's good to remember how things are made and how things are
Uh-huh.
put together to make something that you enjoy. Plus, knowing where you learned how to do it
Yeah,
means a lot.
like honoring the people that taught you and
Mhm.
appreciating it.
And now I'm going to use my hands.
Okay,
Okay.
beautiful.
Okay.
Okay, when you were my age, what were some things that you enjoyed doing?
Well, I took sewing in high school,
Mm-hmm.
sewing and cooking,
Mm-hmm.
and I loved to sew. And I learned how to put the patterns out on the material because my mother made all my clothes that I wore through school.
Yeah.
We didn't have store-bought clothes when I was growing up.
Mm-hmm.
My mother made them from scratch, and they really meant a lot to me. Every year when I started school, I had 3 new dresses because
Oh
at
my
that time we
goodness.
didn't wear pants to school.
Yeah.
We wore dresses
3 that your mom made every year.
every year.
Wow.
Mhm. So now I'm going to take the pie crust. See how it forms a ball. See,
Yes.
I'm going to take this ball and cut it in half because I actually can make 2 pies.
Ooh.
See, get to the rolling pin. Lay this right here. See, I didn't have to use all the water.
Yeah.
That's why I'm very careful how I add just a little bit at a time, not to overdo it. Now, when I make the pie crust, I lay down wax paper, and then I put the wax paper on top of it because it prevents the pie crust from sticking to the rolling pin. And I roll it out.
Who were you closest with growing up, Grandma?
Hmm?
Who were you closest with?
My mother.
Your
I was
mother?
closest to my grandmother, really.
Really?
She was a teacher. And I always wanted to be a school teacher like my grandmother.
Oh.
That was my mother's mother.
Did your mom work or was she stay home?
No, my mother was she was a homemaker. She stayed home all day. My daddy worked. He was a welder.
Oh,
My daddy
wow.
worked. And mother kept all the books for daddy, the
Uh-huh.
invoices and things. Whoever he worked for, she would send out the invoice for him to collect the money for the paycheck each week.
Did you have your grandmother for a long time?
Yeah, she lived to be 88 years old. I
Oh
had her for a
wow.
long time. She retired teaching the year I started teaching in 1967, and my grandmother retired that year. And it was really nice. I got my first job in Warren, Texas,
Uh-huh.
East Texas, and I was teaching second grade. When I started teaching, I lost my voice
Just from teaching so much?
talking. You're
Yes.
not used to talking so much.
Yeah.
And so my grandmother came and stayed with me. And she went into my classroom and she went just like she had never been out of the classroom.
Oh,
She took over. And I sat at my desk and watched her perform. And my children, my second graders, actually just loved it.
really? Okay, growing up, what were some like traditions and values that were like really important in your family? And you can
Well,
mention whatever, like religion.
yeah, religion,
Um,
going to church. We never asked whether we were going to church in Sunday school. We knew we were
right,
going
of
every
course.
Sunday. Yeah. And we were Baptist, and we went as a family to church and Sunday school every Sunday. And we all had our meals as a family together.
Oh, that's nice. Every night?
We sat down every night. We sat down at the dinner table together and had our meal with Daddy. And Daddy always sat at the head of the table, and Mother had him served first because he'd worked all day.
Yeah.
So he held the preference of who would get his plate filled first with Daddy. So
How many siblings did you have?
I had three brothers
Oh, wow.
and one sister. Now my sister came later when I was
Uh-huh.
14 years old. Mother had my sister, so I was virtually an only girl for 14 years.
Oh, yeah, I remember that.
Hmm. So I cherish that. That's why come I was so close to my grandmother because I was the only
Yeah.
girl, and my mother was their only child.
Gosh, I only had one brother. It had to be hard having three
Three
older.
brothers,
Were they
and
all older?
no, I had one older and three
Two.
younger, yeah, two younger
Okay.
ones, and then my sister came when I was 14. I was in the ninth grade in junior high,
Were you close with any?
Hamilton Junior High in Houston, and that's when my family decided to move to the country, Spring, Texas.
Okay.
That's it. So we moved from Houston to Spring, Texas. My parents bought property out there, and every weekend we would go out and clear the property, the brush off the property,
Uh-huh.
and we would clear the property. And so then eventually we built a home out there.
Oh,
And it was really nice because that was my first
like
bedroom that
bedroom.
belonged to just me.
Oh,
It was very
that's
special.
good.
Yeah, it was really special. I'm going to trim this pie crust here.
Okay, perfect.
And I went to Klein High School there.
Okay, so you finished
That's
high
where I
school there.
graduated. That's where I graduated from in 1963. I went to Sam Houston from there, and it was Sam Houston Teachers College at that time. And then it changed to Sam Houston State, and then Sam Houston State University.
Uh-huh.
And I graduated in 1967 and had my first teaching job in Warren, Texas.
Wow. So what year did you get married?
I got married in 1963, no,
Uh-huh.
67,
67.
67.
And how old were you?
I was 18.
18. That's young.
Well, I grew up in a very strict home,
Uh-huh.
and I didn't date. My daddy was very persistent on how I would he would be sure that the person that I did date was acceptable by him.
Yeah.
We had dated, and my boyfriend at that time had asked my daddy if he could marry me.
Uh-huh.
He wanted to marry in December.
Uh-huh.
My daddy said no. My mother said no, that a wedding couldn't take place that fast because she had to make the wedding dress. And so we couldn't get married until June.
Yeah.
But my mother made my wedding dress from scratch. It was the most beautiful wedding dress. They sewed seed pearls all over it, applique lace
Oh,
on a
wow.
satin
She
dress,
made the whole thing.
made the whole thing. Had lace sleeves down to my hands, and it was very, very special. And my daddy walked me down the aisle.
Oh.
So it was really special.
And that was in the summer?
June 18th.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Trying to think what other. Yeah.
You need to show us those photos of your dress.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I want
photos
to
of
see
your dress.
photos.
Pardon?
You have photos of your dress?
Mm-hmm.
I need to see that.
Okay.
I want to see it too.
Yeah, we
Do you have the actual dress?
Yeah, I
Somewhere?
have that. It's a little,
Worn out?
well, it's aged. It's in a box. Mother had it preserved, but for some reason, it didn't keep.
Uh-huh.
And she was very upset with the cleaning company that didn't preserve it
Yeah.
correctly.
Yeah.
Air got to it, and it caused it to deteriorate.
Mhm.
So it's very fragile.
I know.
She even made my veil and my roses out of satin on my head, 3 roses, and then I had the veil down.
Mm.
And there's the pie crust. And now we're going to work on getting the buttermilk pie put together so we can get it going. I'm going to set the oven. I'm setting the oven at 350 degrees.
Okay, perfect.
Uh-huh.
Okay, this is your big recipe book. I was hoping you would get this out, honestly.
Really?
Yes. It's humongous.
And I collected these through my 30 years of teaching, collected from other teachers and also from parents that would send things up to school.
That's amazing.
M&M cookies or chocolate chip cookies, or they would bring them up to school, and then I would ask the mothers to please send
give
me
you
the
the
recipe.
recipe.
And one of the students, Kurt, he hung our light up here for us. I
Uh-huh.
taught him in first grade, and his mother gave me the recipe for pumpkin bread. And I
Oh.
have it written in her handwriting, and you baked it in coffee cans, 3 coffee cans.
Yeah. That is so
Uh-huh.
cute.
Well, you can tell I started with this. This is my baking book in high school, Clabber Girl. And you can see how it has deteriorated through the years.
Yeah.
Because this is the same pie, pecan pie that I bake right here.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you do use a lot of recipes, like I've noticed growing up, like from your head, or at least half of it.
This is the buttermilk pie. Cut it off of a buttermilk carton of buttermilk.
Show it here. How many years ago?
Oh, Hannah.
Too many?
It's aged.
So what made you realize, like, when did you realize this was an important thing to keep track of and to make
You
sure
mean
you
to
had
gather
for the
recipes?
Yeah, to gather the
Because they
recipe.
were important to me, and I enjoyed cooking. And my husband enjoyed eating my food. So I like to have something that was, that he could enjoy cooking and enjoy eating that I cooked, because back when I started, we didn't have restaurants to go to. We would have to cook. I said we didn't have restaurants to go to when we were growing up, married. We had to go out. I had to prepare the food at home, and we ate what I cooked.
So would you say a big part of cooking for you is seeing the pleasure it brings other people?
Yeah, seeing that individuals can enjoy what I cooked. And
What was Dad's favorite recipe growing up?
I want you to know your daddy likes buttermilk pie.
Oh, he's a big
So
pie
you
eater.
tell him I'm making a buttermilk pie, and he's not here to eat some of it.
Okay, we will. We'll tell him. He'll be jealous.
Because he liked buttermilk pie.
Okay. Okay, now that we're getting into the meat of the pie, I'm going to also shift the conversation a little bit. What do you think the biggest difference between your generation and mine is?
I don't think that the generation now, the children now, are appreciating things as much as we appreciated things.
I think a lot of the culture is like generated to forget or to move on quickly, or like, stay young forever and don't appreciate the older things.
And the
in
simple
life.
things in life are the best.
I agree. I think that's a great answer.
I'm going to get everything for the buttermilk pie together, and then we'll see where we mix it up, okay?
Okay, that's beautiful.
All right.
Okay. I did a genealogical study on my family.
Uh-huh.
I researched and found all the information that found out that my family came to Texas in 1833.
Yeah.
Okay. And my great-grandmother was an original Texan, was born in Texas.
Yeah.
So that allowed me to join the Daughters of the Republic of Texas because she was an original daughter.
Yes, which has been a big part of
a very big part
your life.
And they were in Texas when Texas was not a state.
Yes, wow.
Texas was owned by Mexico. Okay. So therefore, they had to be Catholic. And if they were going to be another religion, they had to do it secretly. But, it is what it is. And they even had to go together and fight for the independence of Texas.
Oh, my goodness.
Okay. And they were called the Texians. And my grandfather, 5 great-grandfather, and his wife and children had to be very careful because they were going to be taken over in Grimes County, and they called it the Runaway Scrape. And they left that area to get into hiding so they wouldn't be captured by the Mexicans.
Wow.
And my 5 great-grandfather actually was one of the fighters who would fight, for the independence of Texas in the countryside.
So
We love that buttermilk pie.
what does that history mean to you?
It means a lot to me because it gives you a value that you're not just um, your ancestors were instrumental in getting the freedom for Texas.
Mm-hmm. And you don't come from nothing.
No,
right?
I didn't come from nothing. No,
And
I feel like
nobody does really.
no. And since you are my granddaughter, you have the same bloodline that brings that to you.
Yes.
That's very valuable to you.
Yes, lots of history.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so then what do you think younger people today struggle with that your generation didn't?
Well, I have to say a lot
and vice versa. You can answer the opposite too.
Do what?
You can answer the opposite too. So what your generation struggled with
Okay.
that we don't have any idea of.
My generation struggled with, they didn't have the communications that you have today.
True.
Okay. And y'all have easier ways to communicate with back and forth with your friends.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't have that. It's a full cup, yeah. This is the buttermilk. That'll go into the pie. Has to have buttermilk and buttermilk pie.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And now today, I think that some of the children, and you probably have some of your friends or neighbors or things that really don't appreciate what they have.
Yeah.
Because they didn't have to, they have so many things that entertain them, you know.
Yes.
And they don't realize how important family is, you know.
Yes.
And the value system has lowered in some respects.
Yes, I think
it's
shifted a lot.
Some children, you know, not all, but some children.
And what do you think we struggle with?
Yeah, what do you think we struggle with?
I think it's the part of communication and making sure that you maintain your friends with each other. You know,
yeah, I agree. I
think that has an instrumental in formulating your feelings about things.
I think kind of like things can get so easy that they seem disposable.
Exactly.
And so it's easy to forget like the value of a thing.
Exactly.
Which can cost us a lot.
Everything comes from something.
It does, yeah.
And something had to get it there. Whether, you know, mom or dad provided the funds to get it. And I think it's important to reflect on that, to be able to tell your parents how much you appreciate it, you know. Because sometimes we fail to tell our parents how much things mean to us, you know.
Yeah. I think the older we get to, you start to appreciate your grandparents more. And I'm glad that
I think that's important. I think that's important, you know, to do that too. So.
Yes. What do you think our generation or younger generations could learn from your generation?
Well, I think particularly, I think the children learn a bit of character growth.
Yeah.
Instrumental, you know, and being respectful of the elders, you know, in many ways, because I think it's important to do that, because we don't know what the person has gone through in life to get to where they are, you know.
Also, I think we could learn a lot.
You can.
And sometimes it just takes getting past that first, maybe. I think for my generation in particular, the assumption is older people can sometimes be a little cold or harsh.
And get in my way. They're too slow. They don't move as fast as I would like for them to move. But you know, we all had to get somewhere and to what we are today. You know.
I agree. I think there are a lot of barriers that keep us from communicating.
Vanilla.
Oh yes, that's
and I'm very special about my vanilla. I had to order this online.
Hey, I saw that in there.
And I have to have, I was running out of this La Vencedora vanilla, and I cannot bake without La Vencedora.
I know, you've been using that vanilla forever.
Okay. Now, I'm going to prepare the buttermilk pie.
Go for it.
Go for it. Okay, I'm going to go for it. I have all the ingredients for the buttermilk pie, and I have the 9-inch pie crust made. I have 1/2 cup of buttermilk. I mean, Borden's butter. Everything has to be a Borden product because it's Borden buttermilk pie.
Okay, do you think there are similarities between the ways people talk about disability and the ways people talk about age?
I do think there's similarities to that, because I think some people look down on people that are aged and they're not able to move around like they would like to.
Yeah, I agree.
And they even say, you know, why don't they get on out of my way? You know?
Right.
And they look at that in many ways. A handicapped person trying to get by with their facilities that they have to move around in to get around. This person is slowing me down. I need to get on around them. And you'll see them in stores and they come around, you know, to move faster, rather than be patient with that person and maybe even assist if you have that time.
Yeah. I think another thing that I've noticed is like as like looking at both as an unfortunate thing, which like even like your disability may not necessarily be a fortunate thing. Like I wouldn't say, this is something to celebrate.
No, I don't
But
look at it that way.
I also don't like the idea of everybody looking at it as like, oh, poor Hannah.
No, no.
And same thing for age. Like I wouldn't say like I think aging can be
They're
like
saying,
a
look at this
beautiful
old
thing.
lady. What is she up to
Right.
now?
But I think it can be an awesome thing because like you get to grow up and see your kids and your kids'
And
kids,
I think
and
that's
I
so
get
special.
to learn from you, and I
Mhm.
think it's awesome.
And I've been very fortunate for this person to find me and
Yeah.
us be together.
Mhm.
And he is so respectful of everything. And he's 83 years old.
Yeah.
And I mean, he's so, oh, I thought he was talking to me. I said, and he's very, if he sees someone in need of something, he's ready to run and go help.
Yes, he's the best.
And that's just the way Buddy is. And I
Mhm,
think that is so sweet, you know.
Yes.
He waves to
Absolutely.
everybody, says hello, you know.
I know he's the sweetest.
Receive.
And it took a while to get there,
It did.
but you found each other.
Yes, we did.
Okay. Now, okay. Speaking of which, this is kind of related. What are some ways that aging changes the way people rely on each other?
Well, I think it's a situation where sometimes you need a help in opening a bottle.
Right.
My hand doesn't grip the way it would like to,
Yeah.
you know, or getting something off of a high shelf. I'm not tall, but he's taller, you know, so he
Yeah.
can reach things
Yes.
at higher level.
Yeah.
So is that what you?
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
Yeah. What about like emotionally?
Emotionally, well, I emotionally, you know, I've always been a real happy person.
Yes. Yeah.
Real smiley. You know, I mean, I don't carry things on my shoulder that drags me down.
Yes, of course.
But I do have days that sometimes I just start feeling sorry for myself
I know.
and say, well, what is this? What am I going through today?
I know.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But you lighten up, you look at the lighter side, you know, I have this to be appreciative of. You
Yeah.
know, I still have my life. And my friends, you know, we just can always chat with them, you know, and have them close to us just verbally, you know.
I think the older like you get, the more you realize like how important relationships are.
Exactly.
Like they're so important, especially like even just wanting to know about yourself.
And I think it's important not to think about the past or something that's happened in the past. You have to just sort of look at this, you know, hey, I'm so glad that I have what I have right now.
Yeah.
And don't focus on something that might have been bad at one time. You know, that you've got to look at the good things.
One thing I always say like about my accident is like it just completely shifts your perspective on relationships, and it's hard to explain it.
Instantly.
But it's like things that are like surface level issues don't really mean anything to me anymore. And it's a lot easier to move on from them. And
that's right.
Forgive each other and move on to the next
That's
day.
exactly right. And I want to tell you this with all my heart. I feel like that this accident happened for a purpose.
I agree.
Okay.
Yeah.
And as hard as it's been to say that it's happened to me, I think that instantly you had the doctor and the nurse at your side.
I agree.
You had the Marines and the other ones that came there. And you got down there and they were able to get you to the hospital sooner.
Yeah.
But they also were able to revive you when you passed.
I know. Yeah.
That's cherishing to me, Hannah.
I know.
And Buddy's son's in the Marines. And he has a grandson right now over at the island right off the coast of Iran. You know, and they have very strong value system.
Yeah.
And I think instilled in them when they saw you in the situation that they want to do all they could for you at that time.
I agree. It's a huge blessing.
And I think that what has happened is instrumental in the livelihood of your whole family.
I agree.
Circle.
I agree.
Okay. I think it brought them closer together.
I do too.
Okay.
Yeah, it changed the whole dynamic. Yes, priorities shift, lives changed.
Exactly.
I agree.
So I think the Lord was instrumental in everything.
I think so too. From way before it happened to long after.
That's right.
Okay. Now, what is one of the most important lessons you've learned over time?
When you strike a match, it's going to burn you.
And hey, that's a good one to know. It will burn fast
Mm-hmm.
and hot.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
You don't want to get burned.
No, you don't.
Stay on the safe side.
No. Okay. Now. Okay. First, what has it been like watching me grow up?
Very special
Mm-hmm.
because you were my first granddaughter,
Yes.
and I thought that was so special,
Mm-hmm.
and I cherish that
Yes.
in every way.
Me too. Me too.
It's very, very, and I've got Ruby, and
Yes,
she's very special.
she
She's just a
is.
little doll, I'll tell
We're
you.
special in different ways.
Well, of course you are,
Of course. But
and I think it's just really special, you know.
I agree. I agree.
And I have another granddaughter, Russell's daughter,
Yes.
but it's not the same as you were.
I know.
Okay,
First is the best.
always. Ruby's got it. First is the worst.
No.
Okay.
Okay. Now, what do you think we learn from spending time with people from different generations?
I think you learn a lot of things from people if you watch people,
Mm-hmm.
how they take care of their items that they've cherished, and they
Yeah.
want those things to be taken care of, and you watch how they care for them, and also you watch how they do things, how they meet with people and talk with people. I think sometimes we can't communicate, we don't. You find some individuals that cannot communicate with a person. I never meet a stranger. I can talk to anybody, if they'll talk to me.
I know.
And I learned a lot of that from my grandmother.
Mm-hmm.
I did. And I think caring for a home and seeing that things are in place.
Yeah.
And even going to the grocery store and buying the things that you necessarily need, not what you don't need,
Right.
And all those things help you keep things in order. Because I think it's important for you to have a certain perspective in life,
I think I've learned a lot, obviously, from mom and dad, but I think having a relationship with my grandparents has meant something totally different. Or like even having conversations with older people in church or whatever, it teaches you a lot about interacting with your community and getting perspective on. I think also for me, it's taught me like life is so long. Like it's so easy, like you're saying, to get down in the dumps and start feeling
sorry for yourself.
But life is so long, so much changes over time, and you grow so much.
You certainly do. Yeah.
So I think, and if I didn't know any older people, if I didn't have any grandparents, I think it would be easy to feel like life is so short. But yeah, I think it changes the way you grow up.
And with Bruce, what he was with coaching, we moved every 3 years. We were moving all the time. We were always moving, but always in the summertime. And what's so funny, right here in Wildwood, I've lived here 3 times now.
That's I
my first home's over on Cypress Bend.
Yeah.
Bought it in 1967. Beautiful home on the lake. Okay. We lived there. Your daddy was born there. And then my husband lost his job in Woodville, and we had to go find a job somewhere else. Now, he could have found a job somewhere around here, but he didn't want to look. He was mad.
Yeah.
So it took me away from my job, which I'd had a permanent situation in Warren Elementary. Already been there 7 years.
Yeah.
And they loved me, and I had to leave it. And I was pregnant with your Aunt Jenny. She was due in May. She didn't come. We had to leave that home, leave my doctor in Beaumont, and go to Houston and find another doctor that would deliver her. And pay for that doctor, and the doctor in Beaumont was already paid for. And then we moved back here in 95. Grandpa retired because he retired a half a year earlier, 29 years. He didn't finish the year out to have 30 years.
Interesting.
So his pay stopped in December, and therefore whatever money he had paid for that COBRA insurance until a new school year started and he could get another job. So we had no summer money except what I had income there.
Wow.
Okay. And we were living there with his parents
Mhm.
in Klein. I got a job right away in Klein.
Yeah.
And when I went for the interview with Dr. Hall, he didn't know I was pregnant with Jenny because I'd only gained 4 pounds when I was pregnant with Jenny.
Wow.
I was so thin, you know,
Mhm.
had a regular dress on. And so when we were in the circle after school started that year, the teachers were talking, how's the baby? How are you doing and being mom, you know?
Uh-huh.
And he said, wait a minute, when did you have a baby? I told him I was pregnant when I met with you.
Mhm.
He wasn't even aware of it.
Wow. Only 4 pounds?
4 pounds. After I had Jenny, I had lost weight, only weighed 120. Had to get new clothes.
That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
But I
gosh.
watched everything while I was carrying her very carefully, you know,
Mhm.
because
Wow.
I'd gained so much weight when I was pregnant with your daddy. So I didn't want that to happen again.
Yes. Yes.
So,
Wow.
you know, and so then in 95, we moved back here
Mhm.
on the 11th Fairway,
Mhm.
another home here in Wildwood.
Wow.
And now I'm back here in Wildwood
For the 3rd time.
permanently.
Yes. Last time, best time.
That's right.
Okay. Yeah, that's crazy. 3 times.
So you
3
think
kids.
about how those things occurred, you know,
I
through those
know.
years.
And you never know.
Mm-mm. You never know because I was perfectly happy going there. I was even going to move to Lindale, you know.
Mhm. Yeah, I remember.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And this just changed everything, you know.
Mhm.
And Daddy probably don't like that, but it's just life, you know. Sometimes
Yeah.
you have to accept things, you know.
Yeah, you do.
He's got a new daddy,
I know.
stepdaughter.
And
Jenny's got a new stepdaddy.
I know.
Daddy, I need some help. You know,
Oh, boy.
anyways.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, anyway, yeah. We're
Go.
getting sidetracked.
Go for it.
Last question. Why do you think it's important for families to share stories and knowledge?
Well, I think just as we've done tonight,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's important for our younger generation to know what our ancestors have gone through as well as ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise, if we don't discuss it and talk about it, you know nothing.
Exactly.
And I hope through our interview tonight that you've learned some very valuable things that you can
Yes.
pass on to your family.
I agree.
Okay?
Mm-hmm.
How's that?
Perfect.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah, Ruby got so distracted on your phone she couldn't even tell we were done. Thank you, Grandma.
Well, you're very welcome.
We'll do a shot. We'll take a picture with our pie.
When the pie gets done, we'll take a picture with the pie.
Yeah, of
and hand
course
it
we
to-
have to.
That's it. Cut. Ready to eat.
How do you know it's ready?
I stuck a knife in there.
Oh, okay.
Came out clear.
Perfect.
If it came out with pie on it, you better put it back in there. Now, let's let it cool just a little bit.